Hi, I'm Melinda Rose.
And I'm Ahsley Paddock, and this is Light Matters for March 28, 2012.
In this week's show, a laser camera setup images around corners, a thermal cloak hides heat, photoacoustic imaging moves into the clinic, and the National Ignition Facility fires a record-setting laser shot.
Scientists at MIT's Media Lab used the ultra-fast camera to produce recognizable 3D images of a wooden figurine and of foam cutouts outside the device's line of sight. To get that view, short bursts of femtosecond laser light are fired toward the wall opposite the doorway. The light reflects off the wall and into the room, then bounces around and re-emerges, striking the camera detector, which takes measurements every few picoseconds. Because the light bursts are so short, the system gauges how far the light has traveled by measuring the time it takes to reach the detector. The detector measures the returning light at various angles to formulate a picture of the room's geometry by comparing the time at which the returning light strikes different parts of the detector. An image reconstruction algorithm uses a technique called filter back projection, which is the basis of CAT scans. Although blurry, the 3D images produced by the algorithm were easily recognizable. The findings could lead to imaging systems that allow emergency responders to evaluate dangerous environments or to vehicle navigation systems that can negotiate blind turns. The instrument also could be used with endoscopic medical devices to produce images of previously obscure regions of the body.
In a new approach to invisibility cloaking, French researchers have proposed isolating or cloaking objects from sources of heat, essentially thermal cloaking. This new method taps into some of the same principles as optical cloaking and may lead to novel ways to control heat in electronics. The key goal of the research was to control how heat diffuses in a way similar to how light waves and sound waves propagate by using transformation optics. They designed a cloak so that heat diffuses around an invisibility region, which is protected from heat. They can also force heat to concentrate in a small volume, which will then heat up rapidly. The ability to shield an area from heat or to concentrate it are highly desirable traits for a wide range of applications, such as nanoelectronic or microelectronic devices, or for solar power generation. The team is now working to develop thermal cloak prototypes for microelectronics, and they expect to have them ready within the next few months. The research appeared in Optics Express.
Photoacoustic tomography, or PAT, combines the best qualities of ultrasound and light absorption, and it can now provide clinicians with multi-contrast images of biological tissues several inches below the skin surface. The technique, developed by Li-Hong Wang at Washington University, achieves the imaging depth by combining the high contrast resulting from light absorption with the spatial resolution of ultrasound. He's working with physicians at the University School of Medicine to move 4 applications of photoacoustic tomography to clinical trials. Among the most exciting advances for PAT is its ability to reveal the use of oxygen by tissues. Excessive oxygen burning is a hallmark of cancer. PAT would provide an early warning diagnostic test that does not require a contrast agent, a potential game changer. The trick of PAT is to convert light absorbed at depth to sound waves, which scatter 1,000 times less than light, for transmission back to the surface. In this technique, a nanosecond pulse laser is directed at the tissue of interest and is irradiated at an optical wavelength. This thermoelastic expansion converts photons to sound waves that are used to form images with the resolution associated with the ultrasound wavelength at tissue depths never before possible. The findings appear in Science.
For more on this research, join me on Thursday, July 19th for the free webinar, Advances in Biomedical Photonics. Dr. Wang will be featured as a speaker and will share more information about his PAT technique.
To register, visit photonics.com/webinars.
The 192 lasers fired in unison at the National Ignition Facility earlier this month delivered a record 1.875 million joules of ultraviolet laser light into its target chamber, exceeding NIF's original design specification and setting the stage for full power experiments in the coming months, officials said. For the past 15 years, the 1.8 million joule milestone has been seen as a tremendous technical challenge. It was achieved in 2003 on a single beam line and then in 2008 on a single quad of 4 beams, but has now been achieved on all 192 beams. The record-breaking laser shot made March 15th involved a shape pulse of energy 23 billionths of a second long, generating 411 trillion watts of peak power, about 1,000 times more than the entire U.S. uses in any given moment. It surpassed a critical milestone towards achieving fusion ignition and capturing the power of the sun in a laboratory setting. NIF will pursue operations at even higher power and higher energy levels to achieve ignition.
That's it for this edition of Light Matters, the industry's only weekly newscast. We'd like to hear from you. Tell us what you like or don't like about our program. We welcome your comments and suggestions at lightmatters@photonics.com.
You'll find links to share and subscribe to Light Matters by clicking the Share with Friends button on our video player.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
You know, the light is, I think, is a great healing power, whether it's in a visible form and invisible form. So nowadays we use lights for everything, you know, for medical, for all the high-tech thing which we're using in our daily life, you know, iPad, iPod, all those things. The laser has been used for all this. And laser, what is the laser? It's just a light amplification, right? So it's a great use of the light. So.